Ratchet and Clank walkthrough. My dog is snoring in the background, so if she starts yelping, that just means she's entered her REM sleep, and that is totally normal. But anyway, here we will be getting to one of the races with the hoverboard. So this is the second and final race we will have to do in this game to complete it. But first we have to go through some pretty challenging places. So this first area is a Gadgetron, what I'm assuming testing studio, because there's a ton of these robots that come out of these different doorways, and they're going to test this bomb glove, and they're just going to throw it around randomly, and it can be kind of hectic. Now they will come out of, I think about 3 come out of each room, so you do have to take them out. It's not too bad, and it's not really that hard to dodge these bombs, and on top of that, the bombs will hurt the other robots, so friendly fire exists, which is useful. That'll come in handy a little bit later here. We're also going to see a weapon that you can buy, which is like the fist glove, which lets you boost forward, but I don't actually, I didn't end up buying that until nearly the end of the game, because I was just happy with the weapons that I had. I mean, I'm sure there's a few I severely underestimated, but I didn't really care. So this was a part where I died my first time, and this was pretty annoying, and there's going to be a lot more of these stupid little robots. As you notice, you need to shoot that button really with anything that can reach the range, in my case the blaster, and then you need to jump down in here and be careful of those mines, or those bombs that come up. Now, I put up that decoy glove, which attracted all the other bombs, and you can't see it here because the camera would not work, but all those bombs went to my decoy, and then they blew up, and that dealt with them. So that is definitely the best way to get rid of this room, is just to blow up that first guy with a Devastator like I did before I jumped in, and as soon as you jump in, throw down a decoy and wait for the explosions to be heard, and you'll be done. Now this world this room I thought actually would be the hardest for me, but I don't think any of these guys really hit me. But what they do, they just kind of boost straight forward, and they boost pretty darn far, so you want to get directly out of the way of their line of sight if you see them. And other than that, just kind of try to take them out one room at a time until you have a few less to deal with. And once again, they can also hurt their friends, but I don't think any of them did that in this in that room. Now there's going to be a few more of these smaller guys and a lot more of those elite guys, and it might be a little bit easier if you just kind of stay in the back and shoot them with the Devastator, or you could probably just run forward and hit him with the blaster too, but I wanted to take out who I could, because after that big room of those stupid bombs that follow you, I was getting kind of paranoid of other rooms that had stupid bombs, and I don't think there were many more, which is definitely a good thing, but you know, it's still better to be cautious than dead in this game. They do seem to give you quite a bit of health, but it's not like, I mean, here's 2 of them, so that's kind of cool. And if you're having problems with this world, I would say just go collect a bunch of caps and go and pick up the Ultra Nanotech. Now, here's more bombs in this place. Luckily, they're kind of not in the way. You can blow them up with the Devastator, and if they die immediately, then the others don't get attracted to you, but if you shoot them with something where they don't die immediately, then they will get attracted to you. Now here is also another Gadgetron vendor. There's like 3 of these within a few minutes of each other. They just love throwing these at you. I believe this is a checkpoint right here, but stuck up on ammo because you'll probably want it. I ended up dying again, I think. Oh, wait, no, that was just where I cut out when I was looking at the map. So anyway, ignore that. And there's going to be a few swing shot points here. Just need to swing down onto this part and then take out some of those guys at the bottom there. Those guys aren't that difficult. They die in 1 or 2 hits. Or you can do what I did, which was devastate the ammo, or I mean devastate that button, and then just swing shot through and skip everything and rail your way down here. And we still have to deal with them, so it wasn't a total success, but it was a lot better than having to deal with even more enemies. So there's just a few boxes, then another one of these test rooms, and I don't know what weapons these guys have. Now I wanted to try to shoot those guys, but I wasn't really close enough, and here, still not quite close enough. I was just aiming at those those mines, and I was more than happy to take those guys out, so that was fine with me. But anyway, here we go, and I don't know, oh, the flamethrower, okay. I think this one is by far the hardest room, and it's just because they move the flamethrower back and forth, and there's a bunch of them, but if you stay to one side, like over to the right side here, and if you use the Glove of Doom, then you should have no problem in this level, or in this room, and they should all die pretty quickly. It seems to throw a few less enemies, a little bit less enemies at you in here. And as soon as you get the last one, the camera should snap automatically to the place you need to go. So now you should be able to devastate a few of the enemies that you have poking at you over here. And these guys will shoot at you, which I didn't even see those rockets until they had hit me. So that was kind of annoying, but oh well. And you will want to try to take out as many of those mines as you can before you move into here, because those things will kill you, and geez, they are the worst enemy. I hate them so much. Anyway, so that's all the mines that were over there, and you can shoot at some of those indestructible boxes or just extremely tough boxes if you want to. They don't really seem to have much more in them that would really be worth wasting a Devastator on, and I would much rather use them as cover, because there's going to be a ship over there that will spawn these elite guys at you, and you need to shoot the ship I think about 5 times before it'll go down. And at this point I wasn't sure exactly how many that was. There's 3 right there, so here's the 4th one, and I think you may need the 5th one. And it looks like the 5th is exactly all it needs. In fact, it may have already started falling at the 4th. I don't actually know there. But anyway, more of these mines are going to be hiding behind the boxes. They are just, man, they are the worst. And there will be many, many more boxes, which isn't always a good sign when they throw this many boxes and health at you, because it shows that there's going to be something big coming up. But surprisingly, there's not really anything massive coming up, but that's too difficult, so that's not bad. Now the race that I will be showing in the next video, that race is a lot harder than the first one, and that's for a few reasons that I'll talk about when I get there. But anyway, in this final kind of open room, there's going to be a ton of enemies, and that's just going to be all the robots that you already ran into. So it's, again, not a big deal. A lot of them will kill themselves because friendly fire, and a couple of gloves of doom, and just sort of inching your way in there, and you should be fine. But it seems some of the glove of doom guys can't actually make it out of that little divot, so that's kind of annoying. But either way, in here the worst guys are probably the flamethrowers, just because they get the most continuous range of damage. And then I think I was using the Morpho Ray, which is pretty darn awesome. There's going to be so many chickens around here, and I did not use this thing enough. I mean, I should have used it way more than I did, but there's not many times that you get a lot of enemies really close like this where you can just turn them all into chickens. I mean, that's just so hilarious. So then we will be jumping into the elevator and talking to the race guy, and that'll be pretty much, I think that's all there is for this level.
Excuse me, sir. I was wondering if you were concerned about the, invasion?
Son, our defenses are the best money can buy. Don't give it another thought. You ever been on a hoverboard?
Yeah, once or twice.
I am in search of a hip young star to represent my newest line of boards. Someone the kids can look up to.
Then I am your man.
If you can beat my test bots in a race, that job is yours.